Okay, there is one more thing that we haven't discussed yet, and that is the Cosmic Realm. And this is the realm of the 7th and final tier. So this is endgame stuff, so if you don't want any spoilers, you can click away now, but basically, once you have reached Veteran, you should have access to this Cosmic Portal. And there's a couple things that go with this. But as soon as you enter, you are in a whole different area. Looks very alien. You'll see that we've got a couple things that we can access here. So you've probably seen this before, but I've already mentioned these. These are the cosmic, the tier 7 sort of enhancers / wards. I've already discussed those. You've got the forge over here. This is used for tier 7 crafting. I'll go into that in a little bit of detail later, but not too much. And then you've got the exchange here. Now, I'm just going to lightly touch on this. Once you have unlocked this cosmic exchange, this chance of getting these cosmic artifacts will be able to drop from any of these activities, whether it's bosses or whatever. This exchange rate is going to go down with whenever you actually use it. So, for example, if I click this one, it will give me this. This is called Stardust, this currency, and it will drop lower. Over 4 times, it will increase more slowly, and less than 4 times it will increase more quickly. But yeah, it can have a max of 10 times. You've also got this, so each day you've got a free fresh artifact conversion, but it has to be you have to have gotten that artifact within 3 hours before doing this. Once you've done it, you've got a free one every 24 hours, and then you can use gems. It'll be 600 gems, and 1,200, and 1,800, and so on to do so. But you can get this Stardust here, and this is a currency which I'll get into in a second. Now, when you come into here, I'm going to come back to this crafting. You'll notice this here portal. You actually won't be able to use this straight away. You'll need to beat the boss, Cosmic Gatekeeper, at least Cosmic Gatekeeper 2. Now, you can also purchase a carry from other people. There's people doing it all the time, and that will unlock you this portal to get here faster. However, in order to actually unlock the boss at all, you are going to need to go and there is a little bit of a tutorial of sorts, okay? So if you go around to all of these islands, there's 5 different monsters that you will find. These are tier 7 mobs. They can be a little bit challenging, and they require a little bit of creative thinking and some strategy to beat them. So Reapers, these ones are quite horrible. They are very fast, and they will heal themselves, so a mace is recommended. I'll get more into the recommended weapons later, because every time they're bashed, that'll stop the healing and slow them down. You've also got... Oh, I missed it. If we continue over to this island here, we are going to have these cheeky buggers here. Where are they? Here they are. Pulsars. These things are just going to basically jump around and teleport around in the sky and shoot you. They're horrible. Actually, most of these mobs are horrible, but basically, bow is recommended for that because they're going to be at quite a range. So you might want to power shot them, and if you use preparation, you can actually, if you've got enough rage, you can one-shot them without too much difficulty. These ones here are called Aegis. Don't really know what the name means, but quick tip with them is when you start attacking them, eventually they're going to put a circle around them of invulnerability. You're going to need to knock it out of that circle in order to continue damaging it. Otherwise, when it's in that circle, it's going to be invincible and just keep shooting at you. So move it out of there and then just avoid its charge and you'll be fine. There are these enemy-looking things over here, and they are called voids. They are basically... They're kind of like slimes. They actually are reskinned slimes, technically. And they are just going to swarm you. It spawns all these like little things that'll come and get you. There's one over there. Scythe or wand is probably best for these ones. Totally up to you. I like using scythe, but that being said, I don't do mobs usually on the highest difficulty or Cosmic Gatekeeper. There is also the very last mob over here, which is a Celestial. If you're quick, you can probably do it with a sword. Otherwise, you can use an axe. Basically, the color of the Celestial will indicate what mode it is in. If they start off in blue, so you can remember, blue is tanky. They're not going to be doing as much damage, but they're going to be a lot more. You're going to do less damage to them. They're going to have higher armor like that. Once they'll turn half red at first. They're going to do more damage, and then they're going to turn fully red, and they're going to do heaps of damage. It's going to be absolutely awful. Yeah, so before you unlock the boss, you need to kill 5 of each type of mob. And there's a reason for that, and that's basically, as I mentioned before, it's a little bit of like a tutorial, because these mobs are going to appear within the boss itself, okay? I'm going to come back to this. If you ever forget which weapons are good for what, you can come over here. So remember where the Aegis Island is, you can simply jump across here. This is how you get to the boss the long way around, and you can have a look at these. So it'll tell you what you can actually get from the boss itself, and then what all of these recommended weapons are, and sort of a little bit of a description on each. I agree with most of these. You can use a sword or an axe for this, wand or scythe for that, whip or bow for this, probably only bow for that, and then mace, you could probably do a wand as well. I've seen people do it with wand too. And then you'll unlock the boss itself. Now, once you do the boss, there are different difficulties. I am not going to go into a full explanation on how to do this. If you want to have more information, well, first, I would recommend giving it a shot first. And then if you want to buy a carry, by doing so, you can also watch and learn. Ask questions to other people. And some of the best players to talk to are the guild called MILF Hunters. If you see Little Snack or JK Extreme or Spartan Xbox, they are great people to ask. They are very good at the boss, and they can give you some handy tips on how to do it super efficiently. And yeah, they've got some mad skill. But anyway, once you have completed it, you can come over here, equip your cap gear, make sure you got your votes on, and you'll have 2 options. You'll have a normal loot, which is just your stock standard. You're not going to get any tier 7 resources from it. Or you can spend 60,000 Stardust to do the good loot, and you might get a chance of getting inscriptions, shards, and you'll definitely get some cosmic energy. So hopefully this video isn't too long. Here's some examples of some of those. These are shards. They can be used as like to re-roll a particular stat. If you get 4 stacks of energy, you can make one of these shards. However, once you do, the shards are untradeable. The energy you can sell itself, and inscriptions can also be sold or bought. These can be used for particular things in tier 7 crafting, but in order to begin this process, you're going to have a max T6. You'll put it in here, and then you'll be able to upgrade it to tier 7, which is going to unlock you a bunch of stuff. You'll have some further stats. Now, in order to get this crafting bonus, you'll either have to sacrifice unique items of the same item, so like a unique whip, like a bandit whip, for example. You can sacrifice shards themselves, or you can sacrifice, what is it called? Max T6, and it'll give you a huge boost. Once you do that, you can apply it to a particular stat, and then you can re-roll it at whatever amount that you want. You'll also be able to switch your damage ranges between what you have unlocked, so you can roll new ones there. And this is probably one of the most important things you can do. So once you have applied an attachment or an enchantment inscription, you'll be able to switch out some of your mods on here. So as you can see, for I'm going to use my pants as an example. So at the moment, I've got it set to cooldown reduction, okay, and lifesteal. If I want to change my setup, as you can see, there's a +1 inactive and a +2 inactive. If I shift right click, I can now choose. I can also change the order of these mods. So I've also put on, in the background, movement speed. So I might want to have movement speed. And let's say I want to have rage on hit, because I'm doing Primus solo high insane or something like that. So I just simply do that, and now it has changed, and I've got a different setup. So that's one of the benefits of having tier 7. Also, just notice that tier 7 is the only tier of gear that is untradeable. Once you have converted something to tier 7, it is soulbound. You can no longer share that item with anyone, because if people invest so much stuff into it, and then someone steals it from them, there's going to be tears. So Speed was like, nope, forget it, we're making it untradeable. So that solves that issue. So all your crafting stuff can be done here, and I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover about tier 7 and CG, Cosmic Gatekeeper.